to historic downtown Vine Grove, Kentucky, and we're getting ready for the Autumn Days Festival. You know, Autumn Days started back many years ago. The old Vine Grove Business Association with Kay Yates and Alice Moss and myself and several others actually started, and Carlina, I can't leave Carlina Sharon out, started the Autumn Days Festival many years ago when Richard Brandenburg was mayor. And so that tradition has carried on, is even here today in 2019. Downtown Vine Grove and all the streets of Vine Grove, Main Street are lined with people getting ready for the Autumn Days Parade, and they are coming down the hill as we get started. We want to thank you all for joining us here on Hardin County Education and Community TV, where we try to keep you informed on all the great things that are going on in our community of Hardin County. As you all can see, we've got several folks from Vine Grove Police Department leading the parade in their ATVs. And coming down the hill right now is Chief Kenny Mattingly leading the parade. Hey David, how are you this morning?
How are you?
Good, okay. Lots of folks, lots of young people. Wilson and Muir Bank is handing out balloons and popcorn this morning. So all the folks, you can see all the blue balloons down through here. You know, this used to be one of the biggest festivals in the community. And of course, now you've got Autumn Days and Dickens of a Christmas. And of course, next weekend is the Rineyville Parade. And Veterans Day will be usually that Saturday before Veterans Day. I believe Veterans Day falls on a Monday this year. So that will be had in downtown Vine Grove. And so you'll see us back on that day when we have that parade. You know, it is really, truly almost the first autumn day that we've had this morning. It's nice and cool out. The clouds are overcast, and we've got a great crowd that's assembled down through here. You know, today they're going to have a festival down at Optimus Park. There's going to be all kinds of activities going on down there. There's a softball game between police and fire, and there will also be a Brushy Fork stumping that will be had at 2 o'clock today with all the political candidates. Chief Kenny Mattingly.
How are you, sir?
And Chris Gallant, how are you all this morning? Kenny, lots of folks along the festival route today.
Yes, sir. More than I've seen in quite a few years.
Good, good.
I think the weather had something to do with it.
Yes. Hometown guy right here. Kenny Mattingly, Chief of Vine Grove Police Department. And we've got a color guard coming up right behind the Vine Grove police vehicle from John Hardin High School in Fort Knox. Hey, Lamar. Good. How are you, Sergeant Major? Good to see you.
Thank you.
John Hardin, JROTC. And you know, like many hometown parades, you get little gaps in the parades, especially when you have marching units, because right behind them appears to be a group of young people that are either scouts or I believe that's what it is. Great thing about a hometown parade is we don't always get a lineup telling us who's going to be in the parade or what's coming. So it is what it is this morning. We get to kind of you'll see it as we see it. And it looks like, Gina, that they're handing out candy and throwing candy to people today. You know, Vine Grove is one of the few parades that actually still has units in it that they allow them to throw candy from the vehicles, and I believe Rineyville does the same thing, right? And I can't hear what they're saying yet, but they've got some kind of chant going on as they come by the barber shop in Wilson Muir Bank. Yeah, Pam DeRoach, one of Radcliffe City Council women, is is there in the crowd with those young people. So, and I believe they're handing out candy. Yeah, yeah, they got the load there, didn't they? You know, we don't get too many pieces of candy as we stand here. Oh, we did then. Good morning. Get us the last little bit out of that bag, right? Good morning, Micah Skeeters. Oh, thank you. Good morning, Micah. What is this group?
Soccer, Vine Grove Youth Soccer.
Vine Grove Youth Soccer. Oh, thank you. I'm getting all kinds of candy. Gina, we're going to have a sugar high before we get out of here. We've got some Jeeps coming up right now, and one of the old military Jeeps from Patton Museum. You know, Patton Museum keeps several show vehicles that they allow out into the parades, and some of those are Korean and World War II Jeeps, and the Patton staff car is also comes out some for some of these parades. So, of course, the kids' favorite thing about the whole parade is all the candy. And us as grandparents can give them that candy and then send them home. The parents don't like it too much, do they? I can't tell who's in the red Jeep coming down through here, but they're moving kind of slow.
Now with Radcliffe, how many city council members and the mayor?
At Radcliffe, they had 4 of the city council members in the parade, and then Mayor Duval was in the parade as well. And I can see Mayor Pam Ogden back there by the railroad tracks right now. She's heading this way. But I can't tell who's in the red Jeep coming up here. They're throwing out so much candy that they're driving kind of slow, even the driver. I believe that in that red Jeep, it looks like the young lady who built the park for handicap. That's Rachel's dad that's in the Jeep.
That's what the softball game is going to raise funds today.
And this is the grand marshal of the parade right now. And I can't tell. Is it Rachel? No, it's Lynch.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, Bobby Lynch is the grand marshal of the parade. And that's Rachel's daddy. That's
The ball game today, they're raising money for a splash park.
for Rachel's Challenge Park. Yes. And she's continually trying to make it a bigger and better park. And that's pretty cool. Good morning, Bobby Lynch, Grand Marshal of the parade. Good to see you. That's a cool thing about the smaller parades. We can actually go out and talk to the folks that are in the parade. Where Heartland Festival Parade was about a little over a month ago. It's so big and going on, you can't do that. And it looks like Commander of the 83rd USA ROTC. No.
Step it up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Colonel Stephen Egan. There's Mayor Pam Ogden. Yes, this is her inaugural parade here. First year that she's been in. Hey guys, how are you all this morning? Hello, Mayor.
How are you?
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning.
Donna Joy, the Cancer Awareness Fire Truck that's at Vine Grove, and all of the City Council folks are on that. Donna Betson, Kathy Cisco, Robert Woosley. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Sam Pearson. Good morning. Magistrate Doug Goodman from the Radcliffe area. And Dean Shamore behind him, state representative. They're kind of loud this morning. They may be a little rowdy bunch this morning.
They already got the sugar house.
Hey, Dean. How are you this morning? Good morning. Got it. Good morning, Nancy Tate. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you doing?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good to see you. Debbie Donnelly's coming up in her classic white Toyota convertible that she's had over the years for her parade vehicle. And we had a great parade vehicle until Daniel had a little mishap in it on snowy weather, so we lost our parade vehicle, but Debbie has kept it all this time. Debbie Donnelly, our Hardin County clerk. And, you know, Debbie is everything, every function that there is in the county, she's always there. So.
And she doesn't age at all.
I know, that's almost sickening, isn't it?
Yeah, she's got that Dorian Gray portrait probably in her home. She's been with the office for a number of years prior to being...
Yes, she worked for Mr. Logston for many, many years, and then worked for Kenny Tabb for many years. Hello, Debbie. Good morning. How are y'all doing? City of Muldrow Police Department behind them. The mayor of City of Muldrow. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Hello, Mayor. How are you this morning? Welcome to Vine Grove. Mayor Joe Noon from Muldrow and Mayor J.J. Duval from Radcliffe in the parade. And he's got the Mayor of Elizabethtown, Jeff Gregory's in the parade. And Chief Jamie Henderson is driving the truck this morning. Wow, that's like double trouble in the back of that truck this morning. Good morning. Hi, buddy. Good morning, mayors.
How are you?
Jeff, how are you? JJ?
How are you?
Good. Good. And you got Barbara Baker in the
Smart car.
Hello, Barbara. Barbara Baker from Radcliffe City Council. City of Radcliffe smart car. 5,000 miles. And our jailer, Jocelyn Bloom, Big Josh, and I think he's got the Deputy Judge Executive Daniel London riding with him. Good morning.
I'm riding with a rough crowd today.
I can see that. Who else you got in there?
Big Jeff Nip, Captain Nip.
Oh, hey Jeff.
We've got a carload.
Daniel London, our Deputy Judge Executive.
There you go, guys.
So you can see you. Gary King, our magistrate from the city of Vine Grove. And the best thing about Gary King is his sweet wife. And we're going to take a selfie right here. My Christmas cohort right there. Chief New from Vine Grove Fire Department. Hello, Chief. And his lovely bride. Good morning. What a great day for a parade.
Absolutely. Great day. A good day for a softball day.
You know, can you give us a little bit of a tip on who might be winning the game today?
The fire department's
So,
going to win.
folks, fire department, police department softball game today, and fire department's saying they're already winning. So,
Fire department's gonna whoop us.
oh, handcuff the police officers. There you go. You heard it here on HCTV first. Radcliffe. It looks like Kentucky Youth Football up on the Vine Grove Fire Department truck there, all waving. Good morning to you. Vine Grove, you know, these volunteers that are in the parade today, Gina, they get paid nothing, but yet they still volunteer their time to protect this city and have done so for many, many, many years. Vine Grove Fire Department is one of the oldest volunteer fire departments in the county. Good morning. Good morning. And you know, there was a time back when a ladder unit for Vine Grove Fire Department was a ladder on the side of the truck, not anything like this. And they've really stepped up the game under Chief New. He's really taken them a long ways.
Did you serve on the Vine?
I did. I started on Vine Grove Fire Department when I was 16 years old and stayed until I was 34. I take that back. I stayed until I was 36. I was only 20 years. So. And this truck right here is one of Vine Grove's fire trucks that was still in service when I first started on the fire department. And a gentleman bought that truck. It was in pieces at the playground at Vine Grove Elementary, and they took it out of there and redid it completely, and now it's running. Gina, it actually had a pump on the front end of that, and we used it on fires. So in my lifetime, that truck has seen service. And then we had a 55 Ford truck. Those were the two fire trucks for the city of Vine Grove. My, how times change.
How many volunteer fire departments do we have in the area?
We have 14 fire departments in Hardin County. Of those fire departments, 12 of them are purely volunteer. Radcliffe and E-Town are full-time, and Vine Grove has a full-time fire chief. Rachel's fun for everyone in the golf carts this morning. Good morning. There's Rachel herself right there, and the Lowry girls. Good morning. Good morning. Of course, they're raising funds today with the softball game. All the proceeds from the softball game that fire department and police department have. The Blue Rose. Good morning. Miss Jessica. Horses, my goodness. That's the great thing about a hometown parade. You usually have lots of horses. And they were excited about coming through that crowd.
They have tractors, right? Ronnieville has a lot of tractors.
A lot of
Tractors?
you know, I don't see any in the parade, and that's the great thing about Ronnieville. It does, because of being a rural community, you have a lot of those tractors out there. There's somebody coming up in a convertible right now, a Mustang convertible like we used to have. I'm going to throw that out there, Daniel Shoemake. Not that I'm picking on you or anything. I can't, it's Sicilian Bank. That car belongs to Sicilian Bank, and it's several of their folks in the back end of it. And the Sicilian Bank armored car. That's exactly right. They help so many people in our community every single day. Good morning. Get them to look over and wave. Good morning. I can't see whether Bob's in there today or not. Good morning. I don't believe Bob's in there this morning. Good morning. How are you all? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? She looks like she's really happy to be in the parade this morning. Lots of employees at the Sicilian Bank. Good morning, and their families. That's why, you know, it's truly a family, and they consider and look at your family bank all the time. Sicilian Bank. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Christmas light installation, you know, that's coming up real quick. And I am a major Christmas person, as most everybody that's watching this knows me.
No, you don't have your Christmas shirt on yet.
No, and you know, I'd have my Christmas tree up right now if Kim would let me, but she won't even let me. So I have to wait until the day after Thanksgiving. And looks like it's Peony Lawn Care and Landscaping, and playing my favorite song. Good morning. That's right. And you know, they're already playing Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel every Friday night. Not that I would know that, but you know. Yes.
St. Bridget does host a trunk or treat on Halloween.
What is that on the Halloween date?
The Halloween. St.
You know,
Bridget hosts a
we've
trunk or
gotten
treat.
so much away from Halloween, so many trunk or treats. You know, there's lots of them this year.
So we do ours on Halloween night from 6 to 8.
And there, Hardin Memorial Hospital, there's Barbara Prophet from Hardin Memorial Hospital. I can't tell who's driving this morning, but good morning, Barbara. Good morning. You know, Barbara, they're playing Christmas music in front of you there. Here comes the Hardin County Democrats float, and several folks from Hardin County Democrats are on there today. Jeanette Stevens standing up there by the rooster. Good morning. Good morning. And looks like folks from good morning, how are you? Good morning. Hello, Miss Kelly. Good, how are you, Miss Kelly? There's Harry Braxton with a sign for Matt Bevan on there. Hello, Harry. Judge Harry Berry. Good morning, Judge. Good to see you.
Morning.
Good morning. How are y'all doing? Good. Still got several, Brushy Fork Foreman coming up at 2 o'clock today, and we'll be there. Gina and I will be there emceeing and taping. So several folks still from the Republican Party here and the Republican float coming up. Good morning. Lots of young people on this float with the Republican Party and all the candidates that are running for office. Same with the Democrat float that just came by as well. That's right, we will be doing live election coverage, so join us election night. We always say that we're not the fastest results, but we are the most accurate results in the evening that evening, and we'll give you live coverage. Good, how are you? We love the motorcycles coming out this morning. Several of our retired military members out here on motorcycles. Good morning. How are you? Purple Heart Club coming up next in their vehicle. Man, what a neat van, Gina, on there. That is so cool. Purple Hearts Club coming up next. Several of our military members that have risked their lives to defend this country. Hey, hey.
How you been doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you all for your service.
Thank you.
How are you this morning?
How's your dad doing?
Dad's doing great. Thank you.
How your wife doing?
She's got a broken leg, but she's on the mend.
Oh,
Yes.
Brandenburg Telecom, one of our big sponsors.
Yes. You know, we're so blessed at Hardin County Education and Community TV that Brandenburg Telecom is one of our great sponsors and so good to work with, along with several other providers in the area. But Brandenburg Telecom takes great care of us, and that's their float that you all see coming up in the screen right now.
Superhero.
And you know, at the Heartland Parade, they had several people dressed up in superhero costumes.
My son, Blake Bryan, works for them.
Blake, yeah, Gina, I forgot that Blake works there. Here's Tom Hewitt.
hey, Brian,
Good morning, Tom. How are you all?
Hey, Gina.
Thank you for all you all do for Hardin County Education Community TV.
Absolutely. Thank you.
City of Radcliffe's float coming up behind us. You know, Mark Page puts that whole float together, and that's Mark driving right now. Hey, Mark. Oh, you know those are my favorite.
Love you, brother. How you doing?
Good. Love you too, brother. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Good. Good to see you. It looks great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Did a good job this year.
That is gorgeous.
Mark does that, you know, every year, Gina. A lot of people don't know that Mark Page, one of our city employees for the city of Radcliffe, puts that together. Behind him is Vine Grove Christian Church float. And they've got a lot of young people on their float this morning, handing out candy. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Thank you. And Batman is coming up behind us, and he has got a vehicle that looks like his Batmobile, you know? That is so neat. And the kids are loving this. Good morning, Batman.
What's going on, sir?
You're here live on HCEC-TV. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. What's up?
Good morning. You know what a cool looking older Chevrolet. Let's see, Alejandro Ramirez, and it looks like it's some type of game.
Party and game.
Yes. Hey, good morning. It's Gary Lee. Yes. That's the Lee twins right there. Hello, Charlie. There's your tractors that we were talking about. A Farmall and an Alice Chandler. And looks like he's even got some riding mowers in the bed of that trailer.
One thing about a tractor, they work a lot of hours, long years.
And that one looks like it's brand new, that Farmall. You know, Mr. Hughes used to have several tractors that he used to put in Vine Grove Parade. Yes. Good morning. A cool looking dune buggy behind them there. Good morning. Oh yeah, I gotta have the Ooga horn. You know, a lot of young people now are like, what kind of horn is that? Good morning. And a Mustang, looks to be a 68 Mustang behind them there. Candy apple red. They're supposed to have a drive-in today at the our cruise-in, so to speak, at the festival today. You know, Gina, next weekend in Vine Grove is the big Bluegrass Festival, and that will be going on at Max Ewart Amphitheater down there, so at Optimus Park. So we invite everybody to come out. There's still tickets available at the Sicilian Bank.
Ricky Skaggs.
Yeah, Ricky Skaggs is playing Saturday night. And there's several other. Starts out Thursday night. There's a band scramble of all the local bluegrass musicians around here, and unfortunately, I love doing it. I get up and usually play and sing with them when they do that. But this year we've got a Habitat for Humanity dinner going on at the same time, the big fundraiser. But here comes our horses that we usually see in the parade. You know, a lot of times when we see the horses, we think, you know, that's the end of the parade, and so it looks like that is probably going to be close to the end. These two cool little ponies coming up with riders on little sulkies behind them.
Little horses.
Are they miniature horses?
I think they are. Yeah, I think they are. I don't think they're little ponies. I think they're miniature horses.
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good morning. How are you all doing? Awesome. Isn't that awesome? They are cute. And there's some more coming up here. Looks like another one or two coming up.
Horses are great for therapy.
Oh my gosh. Especially, you know, they take some of these miniature horses into some of the hospitals for therapy now. So great to see horses come through. You know, one year we had horses come through and the guys were drinking alcohol. We ended up arresting them for DUI. Good morning. Folks from Blades, a barber shop here in Vine Grove. And Gina, looks like it wraps it up as we see Ken Lucy from the fire department and Vine Grove Police Department coming through. Thank you all for joining us here on Hardin County Education Community TV for the Vine Grove Autumn Days Parade. We've had a great time down here with everybody. There's Vic with his canine. Hey, Vic.
Now the canine that they have.
Yes, that is. The last unit in the parade, Vine Grove Police, bringing it to an end here.
All the traffic.
Yes, all the traffic. Well, thank you all for joining us in historic downtown Vine Grove as we bring you the Autumn Days Festival Parade. Stay tuned. We've got a Brushy Fork debate that's coming up this afternoon that we're going to televise for you all, and there'll be several candidates from the state races. And then later on in November, when we have the election, the first Tuesday in November, we'll be having election results live on Hardin County Education and Community TV, where we tell you that we may not be the fastest results, but we'll be the most accurate. And you know, in the past, people actually said we've had better results and better televised information about the candidates than any place that they see throughout the county. So Kendra Stewart and I will be on that, and it'll be here before you know it, just like Christmas. So stay tuned with us, and thank you all for joining us. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government, along with Gina Ryan from Hardin County Education Community TV. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, my name is Scott Keeling. I'm with Fun for All Games and Entertainment and KidsPartiesPlus.com. We're here enjoying our major selves at this fun event in Vine Grove. Thank you very much. Hope you guys come out and find us.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You wanna be what you say, what you gonna do? When you show up on the scene, what you gonna do? On you and your friend and play a little too long. Come on. If you have what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I got a tool and a vest, I can get some respect. I'ma make it hard, come on, sucker the flex. Show them this ain't the squad.
3 steps, come on.
Too large and we
Back
way
2,
too
3
fresh.
steps and slide.
Well, when
Step slide. Or touch your
check
foot.
the lane like a game of chess, you wanna be better, bring your best. 'Cause we be
She gotta look at her. She like, look, she got all kinds of attitude. She like old school.
Bring 'em out, all the dope boys yelling. Bring 'em out, cut the back gate yelling. Bring 'em out, front yard yelling. Bring 'em out.
You know what the C-walk is?
Bring 'em out, all the dope boys.
Not yet, don't get excited.
Cut the back gate yelling. Bring 'em out,
There you go, keep going.
Hello, I'm Melissa Franklin, owner and operator of Tips, Toes, and Tiaras. I operate a business. I have a nail salon. We do nail parties, bridal showers, baby showers, birthdays. We also do other theme parties, slime, Nerf Wars, Fortnite, whatever you need. My number is 270-317-0777. Also, you can Google us, Tips, Toes, and Tiaras.
Hi, my name is Elaine Jones, and I'm here with my daughter-in-law, Candace Sanders. She's advertising her beauty shop, Ponytails, which is located on Hardin Road. And we're also selling fresh squeezed lemonade and having a wonderful time at Autumn Days.
Hi, I'm Zach with Juanitos. You can find us at a lot of the festival events and also at businesses and schools. We also have a Facebook page you can reach us on. And we also have a restaurant in Radcliffe in New Haven, Kentucky.
Yes, we're with Kentucky Colonel Kettle Corn. We go to different events. We go to MWR events on Fort Knox. We do ham days, Glendale days. We offer a variety of popcorn from our new flavor caramel apple to regular caramel, kettle corn, traditional cheese, and white cheddar cheese. Come on out and join us sometime.
No, we don't have a tapper today.
Hi, my name is Rachel Ritchie, and I'm the founder of the Rachel's Fun for Everyone project. I formed this organization whenever I was 9 to build an all-accessible playground here in Vine Grove. And we opened the playground in August of 2017, and now I'm taking on my next endeavor of a splash pad here in Octopus Park as well. So come out and support us
first, and they're like,
and
oh,
donate and help my dream become a reality. Thank you so much.
Celebrating 59 years of this Vine Grove Fall Festival. Good to see so many people out here. Thanks to our huge sponsors. Your Brandenburg telephone.
You can find more information on my Facebook page or my website at Rachel's Fun for Everyone project.
281. The Sicilian